In the shadowy depths of the jungle, where the air is thick with mystery, and the cries of unseen creatures echo, a white tiger prowls. This majestic beast, a symbol of beauty and power, bears a horrific secret, a barnacle wound that tells a tale of nature's cruel indifference. Imagine, if you will, a creature so regal, yet so grotesquely marred by an infestation that seems more suited to the ocean floor than the lush greenery of its habitat. The barnacles, those tiny crustaceans that cling to rocks and ships, have found an unlikely host in this magnificent feline. They latch onto the tiger's skin, creating a grotesque patchwork of hard, calcified shells that dig into its flesh, causing pain and suffering. As we delve deeper into this unsettling phenomenon, we uncover the biology of barnacle infestation. These creatures, often overlooked in their natural habitats, are relentless in their pursuit of a suitable surface to attach to. In the case of our white tiger, the barnacles have taken advantage of a wound, perhaps from a fight or an accident, and have proliferated in a grotesque display of nature's opportunism. Each barnacle, a tiny fortress, feeds on the tiger's blood and tissue, creating a festering wound that is both fascinating and repulsive. The tiger, once a proud predator, now bears the burden of this infestation, a living testament to the harsh realities of survival in the wild. But what does this say about the relationship between humans, animals, and nature? As we marvel at the beauty of the white tiger, we must also confront the darker truths of our existence. The barnacle infestation serves as a metaphor for the impact of human activity on the natural world. Just as the barnacles cling to the tiger, humans often impose themselves on nature, leaving scars that can take generations to heal. The irony is palpable. We are both the architects of destruction and the witnesses to its consequences. As we ponder the fate of our white tiger, we are reminded that nature is a delicate balance, easily tipped by our actions. So, the next time you see a barnacle, remember it's not just a crustacean, it's a reminder of the intricate web of life, where beauty and horror coexist in a dance as old as time. And who knows, maybe the barnacles are just nature's way of saying, hey, even tigers can have a bad hair day. The dense emerald canopy of the rainforest pressed in, thick and suffocating. The air hung heavy, pregnant with the scent of decaying vegetation and the incessant drone of insects. It was here, in the heart of this primal wilderness, that we found him. A silverback gorilla, his normally imposing stature reduced to a posture of desperate misery. His once pristine, jet-black fur was matted and caked with a sickening yellowish ooze. The source of this grotesque affliction was immediately apparent. A massive, festering wound on his back, a grotesque tapestry of raw flesh, pulsating with maggots and teeming with a multitude of ravenous insects. This wasn't a simple bite or scratch. This was a beehive, a living, breathing nightmare embedded in the gorilla's flesh. The bees, their striped bodies a morbid ballet of death and destruction, had aggressively defended their home, their venom injecting a cocktail of pain and inflammation into the gorilla's body. The wound, now a chaotic battlefield of buzzing wings and seeping pus, was a testament to the brutal, unforgiving nature of the rainforest. This gorilla, a majestic king in his own right, was now a prisoner in his own tortured body. Unable to stand, he lay hunched and whimpering, a stark reminder of the fragility of life in the face of such relentless brutality. The sight was disturbing, a visceral assault on our sensibilities. Yet, within this horror, a chilling scientific story unfolded. Bee infestations in animals are not uncommon, but the sheer scale of this wound was horrifying. The bees, attracted to the gorilla's scent, had sought refuge in a natural crevice in his thick hide. The gorilla, likely agitated by the initial sting, attempted to dislodge the intruder, inadvertently crushing the hive and unleashing a furious swarm. The relentless stinging, coupled with the venom's inflammatory effects, had quickly led to the grotesque wound we saw. The gorilla's immune system, overwhelmed by the sheer number of stings and the constant onslaught of bacteria, struggled to contain the infection. The wound, a festering sore, became a breeding ground for maggots, further exacerbating the agony. The gorilla's once powerful body was now a canvas of decay, a testament to the relentless march of nature. This scene, while disturbing, serves as a stark reminder of the delicate balance that exists within our natural world. It highlights the brutal realities of survival, where even the mightiest creatures are vulnerable to the relentless forces of nature. We, as humans, often view ourselves as separate from this primal struggle, yet this scene reminds us that we are not. We are still part of the intricate web of life, subject to the same forces that govern all other creatures. The gorilla's suffering, while tragic, is a stark reflection of our own mortality. We build our empires, construct our civilizations, but at the end of the day, we are all just animals, vulnerable to the whims of nature. Just as the gorilla's body succumbed to the relentless assault of the bees, so too will ours. The question is, what will we do in the face of this inevitable truth? In the quiet stillness of a rural landscape, a stark and unsettling sight emerges: a majestic white horse, its coat gleaming under the sun, yet marred by a grisly affliction. The creature stands there, seemingly unaware of the horror festering beneath its skin. A barnacle wound, grotesque and alarming. This is not a scene from a nightmare. It is a chilling reality that unfolds in nature, where beauty and decay intertwine in the most unexpected ways. Barnacles, those seemingly innocuous marine creatures, have found their way onto this noble beast, transforming it from a symbol of grace into a living canvas of suffering. As we delve deeper into this disturbing phenomenon, we uncover the unsettling truth about barnacle infestations and their impact on unsuspecting hosts. Barnacles, known for their hard, calcareous shells, are typically found clinging to rocks and ships in the ocean. However, when conditions are right, they can invade the bodies of larger animals, including horses. This infestation occurs when barnacle larvae, microscopic and driven by instinct, latch onto the skin of the horse, often in areas where the skin is thin or damaged. Over time, these larvae develop into mature barnacles, forming a grotesque cluster that can grow to the size of a golf ball or larger. The process is not just a physical burden. It inflicts pain, inflammation, and a host of secondary infections that can lead to severe complications. The sight of these barnacles, with their rough, barnacle-encrusted surfaces, is enough to make even the strongest stomach churn. The white horse, once a picture of elegance, now bears the weight of these parasitic invaders, a grim reminder of nature's darker side. As they feed on the horse's tissues, the barnacles create a cycle of suffering that is both fascinating and repulsive. The horse, unable to rid itself of these unwelcome guests, becomes a living testament to the harsh realities of survival, where the line between predator and prey blurs in the most unexpected ways. In this dark narrative, we are forced to confront our own role in the cycle of life. Humans, with our advancements and interventions, have often disrupted natural habitats, leading to unforeseen consequences. The barnacle infestation serves as a metaphor for neglect of the environment, of the animals that share our world, and of our responsibilities towards them. Just as the horse endures the torment of its barnacle wound, so too do we bear the scars of our actions, often blind to the damage we inflict on nature. As we reflect on this unsettling tale, one cannot help but chuckle at the irony in our quest to tame and control nature. We often find ourselves entangled in its web, much like the barnacles that cling to the unsuspecting horse. Perhaps the true lesson lies in our ability to coexist with the wild, to recognize the beauty and the grotesque, and to understand that even the most elegant beings can harbor dark secrets beneath their surface. So, the next time you admire a horse galloping through a field, remember, beauty can be skin deep, but sometimes it's just a barnacle away from horror. In the quiet stillness of a sun-drenched meadow, a horse stands, its majestic form marred by a horrific wound that tells a tale of nature's darker side. This is not just any injury. It is a grotesque reminder of a beehive infestation that has taken hold, leaving the once proud creature in a state of distress. The sight is shocking, a gaping hole in the horse's flank, surrounded by angry, swollen flesh, a testament to the relentless assault of thousands of tiny stingers. As the camera zooms in, the viewer is drawn into the unsettling reality of the situation, where beauty and horror coexist in a delicate balance. The infestation begins innocently enough, with a few bees buzzing around, drawn to the horse's sweat and the sweet scent of its skin. But soon, the hive, hidden in the nearby trees, becomes a breeding ground for chaos. The bees, in their frenzied quest for nectar, mistake the horse for a source of sustenance. They swarm, their numbers multiplying exponentially, each one armed with a stinger, ready to defend their territory. The horse, unable to escape the onslaught, becomes a living target, its body a canvas for the bees' wrath. The wound festers, a dark oozing mass that attracts more bees, creating a vicious cycle of pain and suffering. As the infestation worsens, the horse's body reacts in a desperate attempt to fight back. The immune system kicks into overdrive, but the sheer number of stings overwhelms it. The once vibrant coat becomes matted and discolored, a stark contrast to the lush green of the meadow. The horse's eyes, once bright with life, now reflect a deep-seated fear and confusion. It is a haunting image, one that forces us to confront the consequences of our actions and the delicate balance of nature. In this dark tale, we are reminded of the interconnectedness of